Good morning, all. Today we are with Manish Kumar. Manish Kumar is CEO and MD of National Skill Development Corporation. This is the world largest training provider. And before that, Manish Kumar served World Bank and UNICEF. So let's start with the session. I'll ask Manish Kumar how student can improve their skill in this low time and pandemic period.
Thank you, Manish Raji. Firstly, it's a great pleasure to be connected to everybody through you, and I know the great work being done by Indian Education Network, and to be part of your show is a great privilege. With the viewers, I had just few things to share, which I consider important. And I'm sure that lockdown that we are all witnessing is important thing for us to stay safe and to stay healthy. It's important for the communities, it's important for the country, and it's important for the world. And that all of you are diligently following the directives which the government would have issued for that purpose. At the same time, how we could use this time for effectively enhancing our skills and our capabilities. That's something which I want to share today. And I think I have three points essentially initially to convey to you. One is to understand your own attributes. What are your strengths? What is it that defines you in a way, and where you should strengthen yourself? So these are called psychometric testing, as many of you might know. And there are some very simple ways that one could do it. And given you're at home, and this is a time when you could explore yourself. Now, I would suggest to one particular app which is very useful for this purpose. It's called NACK, KNACK. It's a small game actually which you have to download from Google Play Store or from Apple. And what essentially you do is you play a game. There are three games actually, three sets of games. You play that game. It's a language agnostic game, so that even if a person is actually not knowing a language, they would be able to play that game. It's very intuitive. But what it does is, if you play those games for about 20 minutes, it decomposes your personality into 70 different traits. And therefore, let's say that it measures in a scale of 100, what is your empathy level, how risk-taking a person you are, and different characteristics of a human being is able to actually decompose that. And what then happens is there are different types of job roles which actually require different types of character. So, for example, if you want to get into healthcare job roles, your empathy level should be extremely high. If your empathy level is low, then it doesn't work for you to be in the healthcare system. You probably would not find it very easy to work in a healthcare environment because
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
yeah. So therefore, playing that game is important, to get a sense of what you are. And then there are different job roles that we have mapped against these. If you use a particular code while you are this app, which is called NACK, KNACK, if you download that and while you are registering for it, if you use COVID-19 as one of the code that you get to enter at an appropriate place, the organizers, the CEO of that company, has agreed that he is going to send to each of you a free report for yourself. So giving you a good understanding of your personal capacity and personality. So I think that's one thing which I strongly recommend. Coming to second point, there are a few books which I feel are very critical for anybody who wants to enhance his skills and learning ability. So one is a
Sir,
book called
I am disturbing you in the middle of, sir. Lots of comments are coming who are again asking what is the name of game. Can you type in comment box so that our users can easily find in Play Store and App Store?
Yeah, so it's called KNACK, KNACK.
K
KNACK.
Thanks, sir. Please continue.
Okay, so I think I just put it there also. So that's
Yes, sir.
the name of the game.
I'm just showing in. So NAC is the name of the game, so viewers can.
Yeah.
Yes, please, sir.
Okay. Please download that app. It's basically an app actually, game. The second thing which I wanted to share was two books which I consider quite important if you want to spend your time into enriching yourself and also enhancing your capacity to acquire skills and to strengthen skills. So one is a book which is called Learning How to Learn. Barbara Oakley, she is the one who has written that. I think the book also has another name, but this is video. Actually, you can go to YouTube and then type that. You actually get a good TEDx talk from her, which gives the essence of the book. Essentially, it is about how does human mind works. What is it? What is it that makes you learn something faster? And how should how should you in a way organize yourself that you can absorb whatever you are learning in a much faster pace. So it gives you an insight about yourself. So I would very strongly recommend that particular book. There are various techniques which is taught, and I think these techniques are going to be extremely useful for any students. So, when you're preparing for an exam, or for that matter, any competitive exams, or for that matter, trying to learn a skill, because it talks about the patterns in your brain and how that formation occurs of those patterns that eventually makes a memory strong and that enables you to repeat a task with efficiency and effectiveness. So this is one book, and the second, um, a book called The Flow, THEFLOW. So this particular book, written by Mihail Csikszentmihalyi. Now, this book is also a very interesting book because it essentially tells you that what is the feel within you when you enjoy something. So when you're completely immersed into something, and how would you be able to detect a particular profession or a particular job or a particular activity that you really enjoy. So what is that experience which comes, and therefore reading these two books actually enables you firstly to discover how your mind works, and therefore in a way to reprogram the way you study, reprogram the way you work. And the second book is essentially to understand what is that life experience which you really enjoy, and therefore is something which you need to pursue, because that is what is the key to your success. That's what is going to be something which will make you really good. So these two books, and the third thing which I will recommend very strongly is, try, if you're keen on learning various types of skills, please go into eskillindia.org. That's our platform in NSDC website. And what essentially you will get is more than 300 to 400 different courses that we offer. And this can be of various ranges. So please spend some time on that. There would be courses on soft skills also. There would be courses on domain skills also. So it's your choice what you want to learn. There could be things relating to IT, about blockchain, about artificial intelligence, and there could be things relating to retail. How do you get into retail business, and what are the different things you need to learn about retail? So there's a variety of things out there, and you need to explore that. There'll be links to various partners that we have. We have fantastic partners like Sailor Academy, which is based in US. They also offer free courses, and they actually give you certificate at the end of it all. So you'll get links about them. You'll get links for Simply Learn, which is a very great platform. You get many other platforms actually. IBM Academy is there, and various others with whom we have had partnership. So I think you should go there and explore what is it that you would love to do, and spend some time firstly selecting, and then maybe getting deep into those that you feel is your strong points. So essentially, what I'm telling the students is, please explore yourself. Please understand how your mind works. Please understand what is it that you enjoy, and then choose a subject, choose a topic that is suitable for you, and spend energy on that. So I think that's a good way to use this particular moment. Yeah, there's a fantastic opportunity. I know that there is also an element of stress which comes because of this environment, but in everything, one should always see the positive side of it, and therefore please make best use of this time. So that's my request to everyone.
So, sir, there is a question from one of your training partner. I am just typing in this screen, so you can see easily and reply that. So one of the training partner is asking, can NSDC help the approved training partner and their team in doing their capability building through online webinars on topic like better career counseling during mobilization, effective training, like that. So
That's
what is
fantastic.
yes, sir.
I think that's a fantastic question. And we have been holding webinar. I think just last week we had a webinar, and that was about training of trainer. And it was attended by a lot of people, far many more than we had anticipated. So this point is well taken. We'll be more than happy to organize more such webinars to be sharing our knowledge about how you could do things better. Definitely, we can do that. We could even invite international speakers to help you on that. So thank you for that suggestion.
So again, lots of queries are coming. So can you please repeat the name of both books once again?
Okay, so one is one is called the Flow, THED, Flow, FLOW. It is written by Mihail Csikszentmihalyi. Um, I will maybe type that out. That makes it easy, or
Sure,
maybe
sir.
type. Just 1 second, if you want. Yeah. So actually, I've got this book, so you can actually maybe
Yes, sir.
see this, right? That makes it easier. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is one of the books which I was talking of, the Flow. Okay, so you got a picture of that, I hope.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
this,
sir.
yeah, thanks. And the other one which I was talking is about Barbara Oakley. So if you go to Google and type Barbara Oakley, uh, and let me just do that for you so that it's easy. In fact, I think I might actually have a link of that. 1 second. So Manish Chabraji, I've just sent you a link of that. So maybe you can also put that up. Now, this is a YouTube video of
Okay.
the author, and I find that a very useful video to look at. There's, of course, a book by the same lady, and so you should look that up. Hello.
Hanji, yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So these are the two books. One is, as I said, Learning How to Learn by Barbara
Mhm.
Oakley, and the second one was The Flow
The
by Mikhail Csikszentmihalyi. Yeah, this the two. Yeah.
so there is one question. It's by Santosh. Can we get certificate from online courses after finishing any domain courses when we do courses from your online portal, which is skill? What was the name of the skillindia.org? The name of the portal. So
Yeah.
the some one queries that can we get certificate from online courses after finishing any domain courses?
Yeah, so some of these courses I'm unable to complete online assessment also. Like if you do something on blockchain or you do something in artificial intelligence, then it's possible for you to get a certificate at the end of it. But if you are doing something which relates to, let's say, a restaurant manager, then
Hmm.
that will require skills that will have to be assessed apart from whatever might be taught through videos, but there's
Hmm.
some which you have to demonstrate personally, so that will require assessment, and
Hmm.
that requires physical assessment, so you will not get certificate out there.
Okay. So right now we have online Harinder Kumar, who is from ADS Skills Private Limited. So he is also here with us, and so he disconnected anyhow. So I'll ask any question. So there is one question from Sarat Rai. Being individual contributor, how I can associate it with NSDC as a trainer? How? It's a simple question. You can visit
So
NSDC India.org. So,
I think
uh,
for I
yes, yes,
think
yes.
NSDC, one of our biggest challenge is to get good trainers. I think our training partners all the time striving very hard to get good trainers because
Mm-hmm.
the student is only as good as the trainer can be, and therefore we'll be more than delighted to have people who want to volunteer as trainer. You have to identify the domains in which you have the capability. We will share your names with our training partners, and it's obviously a private arrangement between the trainers and the training partner. But we can help you connect to the right agencies which actually require the kind of talent that you have. That connection we can make. We have a platform called Takshila, where actually we will have the list of more than 20,000 different trainers at the moment also. And therefore, what we'll effectively do is push you into that platform and then enable many of the training partners to observe your name as well as your capabilities and make the market function. That's what we do. So we welcome your
So
support if you're interested.
there is one question: as internet is still not good speed, how we can online courses be successful in near terms? So what NSDC is doing so that you know that the internet we can run that courses on a very low internet speed. So is it any initiative taken by NSDC right now, or we are planning to do something like that?
Yeah, we are quite aware of these connectivity issues that can be there in different parts. And there are some interesting innovations. Some of our partners have done, like what they call Chota Internet. Some of them have created that. So
Okay.
you don't have internet in those areas, but they have a small box which you can actually carry, and that's more like an
Mhm.
intranet, and it's a Wi-Fi intranet. So therefore, wherever they place the box, within maybe 100 200 meters of that, you can access the courses relating to whatever might be there in that box. And it's fairly powerful. That's what we have found. So I think those kind of technology is what we should aim for, where internet connectivity is low. Um, so I mean, over time, I'm quite sure that this problem will get resolved as we get into better and better internet service capacity overall. But until that time, these innovative solutions such as Chota Internet is what we should aim for.
Absolutely right, absolutely. So I'll see what. So can we play using mobile? We can.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I got it in my mobile, so the skill India platform that I have is in my mobile, and therefore, definitely, mobile is what we recommend because I think the
Absolutely
data
right.
issue again comes in. The data issue comes in that the data can be expensive for many people, and we are aware of some NGOs that
Mm-hmm.
operate in Bangalore who actually give students free data. So I think the
Mm-hmm.
connectivity between these students' demand and people who actually donate data, we should actually encourage that.
So there is one question from Arun. NSDC does lots of skilling initiative across India. Is there an opportunity for a student to associate with NSDC to amplify their program or help in driving this program through any student connector?
Yeah, I mean, we are more than happy to be associating with students doing work together. We operate in about 8 9,000 schools even at this point of time, and obviously that will be in our interest. If you get into specifics of how would you like to connect, what is it that we could do for you, and what is it that you would like to do with us to amplify. We will definitely want to get into that dialogue in a deeper way. I'm aware that part of my team actually works on that, and that we have been trying to find an optimal way of scaling it up. And how do we do that? We have been thinking about it. So you are more than welcome to partner with us on that.
So uh, so what are the business opportunities for entrepreneurs in online courses? I think it's not a relevant
Yes,
question.
so I think online is how the world will become in future, more and more of it. We have a very rudimentary form of online at the moment. Some things which is changing globally, and I think everybody should be aware, is the way our education system is structured, not just in India but globally, is Industry 2.0 method, where you basically that was the time when industry was became the mainstream of our economy. We had factory lines, and in a factory line, as you go you will see how a car is produced. That gradually, in different stations, different things are added, and at the end of that whole factory line, you have the car which comes out of it. It's almost the same way that our education system is organized. That you get into class one, and you go to class 12 in a very systematic way. But the world is changing, and now what's happening is knowledge is becoming much modular. you'll also realize that knowledge has become so vast that managing knowledge itself has become an issue. So therefore, I think learning overall in globally is becoming very modular, and people are looking at small chunks of knowledge, small bites of knowledge, which are immediately relevant to an industry. And how therefore, when you create an online course, which speaks to the need of an industry, is what you have to visualize, and there is a huge business opportunity there. You need to connect the industry and the learner, and that's where I think the future opportunity lies. So I would encourage anybody who's trying to do online courses to think laterally, to think about it not in the traditional sense, but in a much more innovative sense. There's a huge opportunity there, not just today, but I think it's going to be a big thing in coming 10, 15 years.
And there's one question: does NSDC have any plan to drive innovation or internet through technology like AI, blockchain, and IoT?
Yes, we do have plans for that. There is a lot of discussion going on with Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, which is very keen on promoting entrepreneurship in a much bigger way. I think the current situation where we might actually find the economy a little bit second, not only within India but globally. Therefore, the need for putting more people in an entrepreneurial mode, and therefore in a journey which where they discover and I think take the economy to the levels. So my feeling is that entrepreneurship is going to get very important in maybe next 6 to 9 months, and we definitely would want to be part of that. IoT, blockchain, etc. are yes, ones which will be easier, for which I think the traction will be high in the beginning, but the opportunities will exist in many other sectors, including my belief that a lot of entrepreneurship will have to be focused in rural India, particularly nano entrepreneurs and micro entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs who are very small, but then they are the ones who often can become like the backbone of the 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 50%, the first the lower 50% of India's economic block. So I think that's where we need to focus quite a bit also. So a lot of things, a lot of thoughts going on about entrepreneurship at this time.
So there is one question. After this lockdown is over, do you see people moving to digital learning more than before? Do you think this is the right time for our training partner to go digital?
I think it makes absolute sense to think more about digital. Digital, I think, has not been fully explored yet, and this is the first time that the situation itself is making digital very important. Um, Going forward, people would realize the value of digital. If you look at global trend, you look at US, almost all universities are doing their class online at this point of time, and they're going to be in that mode up to most likely the end of the year. This is the trend also in different countries that's across the world. So I guess digital is something which is going to be more popular. We ourselves have seen in our eSkill India platform the number of registration almost doubling up or more than that in last 2 weeks. So a lot of people are going to move digital, and I think as they move to digital and enjoy the experience, and we make more innovation out there, people would learn better, I guess, through digital, and then a combination, what we call the blended learning of both the classroom and digital, is something that will come to stay in the long term. So we are moving in that direction from classroom to blended, and then of course digital. That's the full range if you look at it, and we'll be moving more towards the blended in due course.
So there is one question. Can you suggest any best practice to conduct training session through online with minimum users of networking data? Maybe any software or any platform would you like to recommend how Skill Development Institute can conduct online training session through online?
So at the moment we use Team, that's Microsoft software. That's what we have found to be effective. So that's definitely one way. You could use various other platforms too. I'm aware of the difficulties people often cite about some of the platforms lately. So I would like to name them, but I guess there are lots of avenues now available if you really want to get digital. And I think the challenge often is the connectivity, which we already spoke about.
And so there is So there is one query. I am the student of ambassador of the Amazon Alexa program. Does something like that exist in NSDC student ambassador to contribute to Digital India?
Yeah, I think there is a thinking which is going on about this having student ambassadors, and I'm aware that there is some concept which is getting evolved within NSTC. Um, so I guess it's a matter of time before we have it. The manner in which we do it is what is of concern to us. I think we want to ensure that we when we create that, the student ambassadorship is something which is deep enough to reach rural India also. That's a focus that we don't want to lose entirely. So we are working. We're working on it, and we'll be there very soon. Thank you.
So there's one question. I like your eSkill India, your Britannia Women Entrepreneurship Program is very good. Can you think something like that? This with our student community.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. I think why don't you come up with an idea and send it to us? We'll implement it, and you can lead it also for us. So we'll be more than
Okay.
happy to do something entrepreneurial. More than happy.
So thank you so much, Manish. You spare this time in this critical moment. I know that you have a special meeting with the higher authorities of higher education and skill development. How you can go after this lockdown and what step you have taken for this. Can we wrap it in next 2 minutes? What is your closing note about this?
Yeah, so I mean, I really thank everybody for being present and listening. I would like to say, that I mean, in general, uh, although you might feel a bit of hardship for what we might see around us at the moment, and what overall we find is India has been in a way behaving extremely disciplined, and that shows why we haven't had as many cases as others. But while we live through this moment, I think please keep in your mind that with every difficulty also comes opportunities. So how is it that you're going to use this moment? Now, what is the opportunity that you see for yourself? I think you should spend time on that, and spend time on reflecting for yourself, spend time on reflecting for your families, and spend time on enriching yourself. This moment, therefore, has many positive sides also, and I want you to focus on that. And as I said, these few things about discovering yourself, your attributes, looking at how you learn and what is that psychological process, the physiological processes that happens as you learn, and then getting into some of the courses that you really enjoy. If you could just spend some of your time on these three, it'll actually leave you fairly enriched when we come out on 15th of April, hopefully.
Before closing this session, I also like to thank Vanna Bhattnagar. He is online with us and she is continuously with us. So, can I get quick comments from Vanna ma'am about how student can use this time for improving their skill? Quick closing 1 or 2 minutes.
Well, I think Manish has covered a lot of what we had to say, but I just
Hmm.
do want to add that, in terms of sharing good practice, learning opportunities, even for our training partners who are probably exploring what they need to do in terms of online learning and opportunities for their candidates. We have been organizing training webinars for our training partners, and we will be continuing to do that, and also trying to provide ways to share good practice business models on how online training can be facilitated. So I think we will be staying in touch on this theme and trying to provide whatever enablement we can to help this online learning opportunities get expanded as we go forward, even after the lockdown is over.
Thank you so much, Vandana ma'am, and thank you so much, Manish sir. I quickly add, we also publish a magazine by the name of Education Campus. So it's a bi-monthly magazine where a student can find what to do after 10 plus 2. So with your permission, Manish sir, can I compile this thing and publish an article in our next issue for the same?
Yes, please do that. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manish ji. Thank you so much, Vanda ma'am. It was a nice pie chat session with you, and uh, I like to do more pie chat session in near future. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a good
you.
day.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.